Hello, I'm PJ. In this video, I'm going to be explaining why you as a photographer should be using an SSD drive and how you can build your own and save a ton of money. Hope you enjoy. So for the last couple of months, I've been back to making my videos. Shooting and uploading everything in 4K means there's a lot of files to store. When I got back into it, I bought this awesome little SanDisk portable SSD drive. It's really good, it's rugged, I think it's sort of like shockproof, dustproof, that sort of thing, but I filled up a terabyte very, very quickly and they're pretty pricey. In looking for a solution to maximize the amount of storage I could get for my money, I stumbled across something that is probably quite obvious to a lot of people, but came as a bit of a revelation to me, so I thought I'd share because perhaps it'd help other people as well. Okay, let's get to the juicy bit. It's as simple as this. Basically, you can buy a 2.5-inch SSD drive, which is what was traditionally considered like an internal SSD drive, and you can buy an enclosure, which is basically just a case with the connector inside and a USB coming out of it, and you can slide the internal SSD into the enclosure and save a ton of money and just run it exactly as you would a normal external hard drive. If you're not familiar with the difference between a traditional hard drive, an HDD drive, or a SSD drive, a solid state drive, then I'll sum it up for you. Basically, the traditional hard drive is a platter with a disk on it that spins, and that's bad for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if you bump it or knock it, it's quite easy for something to go wrong. I read somewhere that HDD drives have a failure rate of something around 1 in 10, whereas SSD fail at a rate of about 1 in 200. That alone is worth the justification of the extra price right there for me. That's a no-brainer. To give you another frame of reference in terms of performance, the LaCie rugged drives, which have been sort of the industry standard for as long as I can remember, I've been using them for quite a long time. I think their maximum read and write speed is around 130 megabytes per second. To give you some context there, the Samsung drive that I bought for the purpose of this video and that I'm going to be editing my videos on from now on is an SSD drive. It's not even blazing fast by SSD standards, but it has a read speed of 560 megabytes and a write speed of 530 megabytes. That's over 4 times as fast. This is what the finished product looks like. I actually think it looks really cool. I don't like that this company has the logo on it. I kind of regret that. I didn't see that in the photos, but other than that, it looks really cool. I might put some stickers on it or something, cover it. The other good thing about it as well is it's not like I'm using cheap storage. It's not like it's an off-brand drive or something. This is a proper Samsung drive. It's not as fast as they come. This is sort of like a low to mid-tier SSD, but like I said, compared to a HDD drive, it blazes and you'll never go back. Just to show you some prices as a comparison, here is well, I assume it's the same internals on this drive. It's a Samsung drive, 2 terabyte, the same amount of storage, and it says super fast read-write speeds of up to 540 megabytes per second. So as an average, it's exactly the same speed as the drive that I bought. So this was the cheapest I could find at $336, but these go up to around $400, between $330 and $400 depending on where you look for them. This was the cheapest that I could find on Amazon, so I'll include this one here. When you compare that to the price of the solid state drive on its own, the 2.5-inch drive, that was $225, and the enclosure cost me $29. So in case you weren't following along, the drive that I purchased was $225, the enclosure was $29. It comes with a cable. I already had this one. I really like these braided ones, these braided USB-C cables for my computer, but the total cost was $254. And the cheapest that I could find a ready-made external Samsung hard drive for was $336 and up to about $400. Same speed. I assume it's exactly the same internally. So basically, you are saving $80 to $150 just by buying the parts separately, assembling them, and it's as simple as that. Now, I will say there are some advantages to paying the premium for these sort of drives. These are sealed a little bit better. They're a bit more rugged, a bit more durable. If you're taking something out and about with you, I would recommend having something like this. But for me, this is going to sit at my desk and it's going to store my video files. This is not really going to travel with me. This is going to be out and about for shoots. This is what I'm going to photograph to when I'm shooting tethered or back up my video files on location with. And this is just sort of like my workhorse at home. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it and you learned something. If you did and you made it this far in the video, could you do me a favor by leaving a squid emoji down in the comments somewhere? I just want to confuse all the other people who are scrolling through who didn't make it this far. It'll be like our little secret. Also, if you could slap a like on it, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.